Hello guys, good afternoon. Let me share my screen. Just give me a second. Let me create my server. So I'm using Mobaxterm to get connected to my server. Did I show it yesterday? How to get connected using Mobaxterm? No? Fine. We have seen only with the direct connect, right? Okay. So the basic things that we require to log in into any server: username, password, and its address. Right? Right now we have created server which is on AWS platform, right? So in AWS, whenever we try to create any machine, by default we'll provide it with something called key pair that helps us to gain login into the system with the help of the key pair, so that you don't have any password. It is something like passwordless authentication, right? So for that we have a key pair. In for the present scenario, I have a server. The name of the server I have defined it as a Docker. Right, this server is having a public IP address. I have a key pair which is JNKVR. Okay, this is a key pair with which I can gain access into this server. And this server is basically a Ubuntu server. So in last class, we have worked on Amazon Linux. Now I'm using Ubuntu. The commands, other than the package installs and some certain resources, certain specific applications that we are going to install, other than those things, rest of the operative commands, everything works same in any flavor of Linux, right? So, but here in Ubuntu, the default username is Ubuntu. Understood? So I'm trying to log in into this server. So I'm copying the public IP address. So I have a tool whose name is Mobaxterm. This tool will help me to gain access into the remote server, right? So to get connected, I need to click on session. Here I have the provision SSH. So it is a Linux server. So to get connected, we use SSH port. So if at all I'm using a Windows server, I can use RDP port 3389 to get connected with remote Windows server. For Linux, it is port number 22. See the port number 22 with SSH connection we're trying to do. So first, remote first, we are supposed to provide it with the public IP address of our server. Then specify the username. The default username to get connected with Ubuntu is Ubuntu, the same name. Then I do not have a password. Let's say if I click on OK, it will try to log in. Let us see that. Accept. So no supported key is sent. See, no supported authentication methods are available right now because it is having a public key and we are required to share the private key to gain access. We did not do that, right? So it gave an error. So I want to get connected again. So I am trying to edit the session. Here I have a option advanced SSH settings. If I click here and upload the private key, I'll be able to gain access into the server. Rekana? Sorry. 3.85 using the server. So I do not have a keypad. Click on. Okay, we have got it. I have got another file also .ppk. I can use either of them to gain access into the server. So we have many other tools also in the market that are available. One of them is Putty. You can get connected with Putty. You can get connected with the help of AWS instance connect. You can use Mobaxum. You can use Git Bash. Even we can use our Windows command terminal also to get connected. These are the various methods that we are readily available. We can use either of them. One second, let me clear the saved sessions. See here what it is trying to do. It is trying to authenticate using the keypad that I have shared. So the main beauty with this, why I am trying to use Mobaxum is you have a left panel, whatever directory you are in currently, it is giving you a GUI interface of that particular directory. Let's say in the current scenario, ls, I have got various directories, example 1a, 1b, example 2, new directory, say example 1a, 1b, example 2, and new directory. There are certain other files that are available up in here, but are not visible to us. So those are hidden files. Hidden files or directories are represented by dot in front of the name. See here, if you check on with the X authority, sudo, profile, and all these things or .ssh, .cache, there is a dot defined in front of it. Right, that dot represents when dot is accompanied with the name, that means it is a hidden file. Clear? So how to create a hidden file? Same touch dot new file. Nothing different. But the name is started with the dot. If I represent that ls, see I do not have that file of it. How do I see the hidden files? ls-a will help me to see list of all files available in this particular directory, including the hidden files. Everything will be shown. See here. Now I have dot new file. Clear? So in last class we have discussed about the file permissions. How did we see the file permissions? I use ll or ls-l to see the file permissions. Am I right? So if I want to copy any file, how do I do that? cp. cp is the copy command. If I want to rename any file, how do I do it? I haven't discussed it yet. So there is one method to rename a file. We use a command called mv. The command is move followed by file name dot new file, and what was the new name that you want to provide? Let's see, now we are able to see the name. This command is a move command. Since I have defined both of them in the same directory, so it has been changed, renamed. So the beauty with this is move command or copy command. We can copy files from one location to another location, from one directory to another directory, even without being in any directory. If you know the full path, then also you can execute these commands. Let's say, okay, let me create two directories. dir, AR1, AR2. I've created two directories. Now I want to create a file under directory 1 and directory 2 also. I want to create 3 files each. Search dir1 slash file1 dir1 slash file2 dir1 slash file3. Can I do this? Will it work? Right now, since I am in the same directory and these two directories are also available in the same directory, I can do it directly. If I am in a different path, then I have to give the full path. So if for the let's say for the directory 2, if I want full path, what should be the full path? Slash home slash Ubuntu. Previously it is EC2-user because yesterday I have used Amazon Linux operating system. Today I am using Ubuntu operating system. There is no difference at all, other than the installation commands and all. The basic operations, everything is same in Linux. That's the reason why when we discuss, and some of you have attended the containers class, right? So that is the reason why we are able to create containers over a base operating system, right? So slash home slash Ubuntu slash dir2 slash, and you can give the name file4. If it is in a different path, since we are in the same path, I don't require this. I can directly give a head dir2 slash file. Let's say I have created some 5 files. Unless I have got these files. Now, by standing here in my current location, I want to see the list of files that are available under each and every directory. Can I do that? ls is the command that helps me to list out all the files that are available again. Right? Now I have got directory 1, directory 2, example 1a, example 1b, example 2, new directory, and new file. New file is a file. Remaining all directories we know because of the color convention. Now I want to see what are the sub directories, sub files available in these things. How do I do that? We have a command ls-R. So -R. This capital R refers to the recursive in nature. So all directories in my current directory, whatever directories are there, whatever files are there, it will show their information. After that, under each and every directory, it goes inside subdirectories, subfiles, and everything will be shown over here. See here. See, right now in my current directory, okay, I have directory 1, directory 2, example 1, example 2, and all. This was the first phase, right? Under directory 1, I have got 3 files. Under directory 2, I have got 2 files. Under example 1a, I have got 2 files. What B, I have 2 files. 1c, example 2, 2 files. And new directory, no files. Okay, I have got 1,000 file up in here. Understood? This is how I see. But new file is also been reflected over here in the very first. So to see the list of files and directories in a current directory recursively, we go ahead using recursive nature, which is ls-R. Right? Similarly, we have one application called tree. Today morning I tried to show it. Okay. So to install any application, we require sudo. There is a package manager that is available with Ubuntu. If I want to install any application, I need a package manager which is apt. For Linux, it is yum. Yum is the high-level package manager that we will be using. Over here, we are using apt install tree. First, it will ask me for authentication, and then it will go ahead, try to install it. Now it has installed the application. ls, I have this information. ls-R, all detailed information. Now I am executing tree. This command will show the whole file system in a tree kind of tutorial way. See here, the main dot refers to the current working directory. In our working directory, I have got various directories. Each and every directory has certain files. It is shown, and one file is there inside this particular directory. Yeah. So if we want to see any files, subfiles, and all the things at any point of time, tree also give you a graphical representation, whereas ls-capital R provides you information in recursive manner. Clear? Fine. Now let us go ahead, try to understand how we can change permissions. Right? So let me go into directory 1. CD, dir1, ls. I have 3 files open here. ll. So the current working directory and previous directory I have 10 permissions, and for file 1 I have got read and write permission. CD is a file because starts with hyphen, so it is a file. The next permissions here, the username is Ubuntu, user group is Ubuntu, and remaining are others. So Ubuntu username is having permissions of read and write. Ubuntu user group are having permissions of read, write, and others are having only read permission. Clear? Now I want to change permissions of this particular file. Who is the owner right now? Ubuntu. Right now I am the user is also Ubuntu, so he has the right to change the permissions. So to change the permissions, we use a command called chmod, change mode, followed by whatever may be the resource that you want. For that, what kind of permission you want to give. First, let us try to give individual permissions. Now, let's say for the user, I want to give executable permission also. Right now, it is not having executable permissions. Okay, I want to give executable permissions for the user only. So chmod user is represented by U, group is represented by G, others are represented by O. Okay, now I want to give only permission to the user. So what kind of permission I want to give? Executable permission. So U plus X, followed by the file name, file 1. See what happens? File 1 has got executable permission also. Let's say I want to give executable permissions to all. Chmod user group others plus executable permission to file 2. See, for file 2, executable permissions are given. Clear? Now I don't want to give executable permissions. I want to remove the executable permissions for everyone. User, chmod user group and others minus X. Sorry, followed by file 2. Permissions are gone. I want to give multiple permissions to one and all. First, let me remove all the permissions. Chmod user group others minus did not execute. Okay. Minus read, write, execute. File 1. And then I have removed all permissions for file 1. Let's say I want to give read permission to user. Sorry, read and write permission to user. only read permission to user group, or else write permission to user group and read permission to others. Can I do that? Chmod user plus read and write, comma, group plus write, or to do something. Read, write, and execute to the user. Group, read, write, comma, others, read, followed by file one. See, did we get the permissions as defined? Now, the same permissions I can give it with the help of a numeric convention also. We have three different values. For read, the value is 4. For write, the value is 2. For execution, the value is 1. Read is 4. For write, value is 2. X, the value is 1. If I want to give all the three permissions, then I need to add these values. Let's say I want to give all the permissions, read, write, execute, then 4 plus 2 plus 1, it's 7. Right? I want to give only read and executable permission. 5. Only executable permission. 1. Right? So the same thing applies for all user group, and others. Right? So in the present scenario, let's say file 2 is there. In file 2, it has got read, write permission, and write permission. Now I want to give read, write, and execute for user, read and write for group, and only read permission for others. Same thing, chmod. For first, I have 7. For group, 4 plus 2 is 6. For the execute others, it is 4. Only read permission. So, file 3. Let's see. Read, write, execute, read, write, and read permissions. This is how we change the permissions of any file. Understood? Okay. What else do we have? Next. Shall we try whether the rules are applicable or not? Okay, let me remove executable permission. It's showing star because these are not executable files. So chmod 664 file 3. For file 3, I have made the permissions changes. For user, read and write. Okay, I need to give write permission. 624. Okay. For user, we'll have read and write permission. For group, only write permission. Others, only read permission. Let us see, it will not work, but let us try. So let me create a new user. User add. Super. Will it work? Yes or no? Why? Why? So I'm a regular user, and regular user do not have permissions to create new users. So I need to be a root user to do this. Permission denied. So I should log in as a root user. To log in as a root user, you have two different options. One is, okay, where am I right now? Inside home, inside directory 1, I am right now present here, right? To log in as a root user, I have two options. One is sudo su. The other one is sudo space -i. I'll show you that. Sudo su. I have been a root user. See, sudo -i. I have been a root user. But what is the difference? Why do they have two different commands for both? So if you check on with this, when you use sudo su, the path where your cursor is right now remains the same, but you will be logged in as a root user. If I use sudo space -i, I would be in a place where I am having the home directory of the root user. See, /root is the home directory of root user. If I use sudo space -i, the path is /root. If I use sudo su, then my path is whichever directory I am currently, that would be the directory's path. Clear? Understood? So, user add, you set a password, PASSWD, Kumar. Password was changed successfully. Can I log in into the system with the help of this password? I have a user created. We'll see that in Monday's class, next class. Okay, right now we'll forget about that. So I have a user created. I have a password for that user. Now I want to switch to that user. What was the command? Su switch user followed by the username. Right? Username is Kumar. Right now, if I use, okay, users, Ubuntu is been logged in. Right now, I have been logged in as Kumar user. Am I right or no? Did it ask me for obtaining any password? Since I have logged in as a root user, from root user to any user, it will not ask me any permission. Let's say switch user to Ubuntu. Now it is asking me for password. Authentication failure because I do not have a password for Ubuntu. I only have a keypad. So first let me exit out of this. Exit out of this. Now I'm a Ubuntu user. From Ubuntu user, let me go to switch user to Kumar. Now it will ask me for password. Understood? So what was the password? Again, I have got my prompt. In here, it is showing like this in Ubuntu. If you work on with Amazon Linux, it will show you username at the rate of your host IP address, the private IP address of yours. Okay. Now I am a root user. pwd. Where am I right now? /home/ubuntu-ar. Now this user, is he the owner of the files? LL. See here. Is it permitting me to see? ls. Now it is permitting me to see the list of files that are available. ls-l, detailed information about the files, because this directory has got read permission and executable permission. Right? It is a directory. By default, the directory is having read and executable permission. Shall I show you that? So let me go. Where did I see? Okay, I just directly got it. I did not check with those directories, right? Fine, I'll show you later. So now this particular file one is having read, write, execute, or let's go with file 3. Read and write executable, read and write permissions for the owner, who is Ubuntu. Am I Ubuntu now? I am Kumar. So is Kumar a part of Ubuntu group? I don't know it yet. I need to see. Okay. Next. Let me consider as of now, just now I created the Kumar, right? ID Kumar. If I use this command, it will be provide me with all the list of IDs assigned for that particular user and assigned to the user group also. See, for Kumar, the user ID is 1001, group ID is also 1001, and Kumar is a part of only Kumar group. Other groups are not defined up in here as well. Understood? So Kumar is not the owner. Kumar is not the, does not belong to Ubuntu group also. He is a third party person. So Kumar has only read permission for this particular file. Cat file 3. There is no information, so it is not showing. If I want to edit that particular file, what can I do? vi file 3. Go to insert mode. See, it is giving me a warning, changing a read-only file. So this file has got only read permission only for this particular current user. If even though I make any changes, see, it is not permitting because can't open file for writing. So I do not have a write permission. Let me exit out of this. Now I'm Ubuntu vi file 3. Ubuntu is the owner. Go to insert mode. Everyone. Escape for WQ explanation. Cat file 3. It permitted me to write into the. This is how we apply permissions to files. Clear? Shall we still continue? Are you guys okay? Can I proceed? If okay, I'll go ahead. If not, I'll take. Let us go ahead. No answers. So I'll show you some other commands. So in here, I have tried ID to show you the ID of the user, right? So individually, if I want to know the IDs, how should I get it? But if I want to know the user ID, I need to go to the file which is under /exe password. There is a file password. Do you remember? We need to go to the password file and see the list of permissions and IDs that are available. Right? Now we try to create a user. Let me create a group. Right? Group, add. Let me create a group by name DevOps. Not permitted, not root user, so no permission. Okay. Group, add DevOps. Now I have a DevOps group. ID DevOps. So no such user exists. It is trying to show me the user ID only, but I need to know the group ID. Fine, no issues. Meanwhile, let me create one more directory. Okay, so one more user add Anil, right? Aniket, sorry. I used to confuse between both of you. Aniket. Right? I have a new user added. So list of users. If I try users, the number of users that are logged in will be shown up in here. Who also provides me how we have got connected. So now I want to, what is, okay. We have created a user and now I want to add, see under which group Aniket is. ID Aniket. So Aniket user ID is 1002. Aniket group ID is 1003. Why? Previously I saw this. Kumar user ID is 1001. Group ID is also 1001. Is a part of Kumar group, which is 1001. Now Aniket user ID is 1002. Group ID is 1003. Why 1003? See, it goes on the same serial number, starts from 1000. 1000 is assigned to the default user. 1 is assigned for the root user, right? So later on, serially it will provide the IDs. But in between, what we have done, we have created a group by name DevOps, right? DevOps is also assigned with some ID, and that ID for DevOps is 1002. So that's the reason why the group ID for Aniket is 1003. So always don't keep in mind that the group ID and user ID would be same, never. Right? Fine. Now I want to change this particular user. I want to add Aniket to DevOps group. So for this, we use a command called user mod -g DevOps. First, we need to provide the group name and the username. Now ID Aniket. See what happens here. Please observe this and increase the size. Observe this and tell me what do you observe from here. So previously, when I created Aniket user ID is same. Aniket is a part of DevOps group, Aniket group, and under groups he is only a part of Aniket group only. Now I have used one command to convert Aniket, to move Aniket from Aniket group to DevOps group. So to totally move, that means his primary group has been changed to DevOps. So whatever permissions or rules that are applicable to DevOps will be inherited to Aniket also. So what was the main purpose? We have groups. Why do we have users? First question. It was supposed to be asked a long back. So whoever is going to have access to our system, we try to create a user for himself and give special permissions. Whatever the permissions that we want to give for that particular user, we'll be giving them directly. If I have got multiple users, rather than giving individually permissions to each and every person, I can make them to a group and I can assign permissions to the group directly. If that person is a part of that particular group, he will get the permissions are automatically obtained to him. So the same thing is applicable when you go into IT organizations also. So according to the work they are doing, the permissions will be assigned to that particular user. Let's say take a hospital as an example. Hospital will have finance team, HR team, and doctors and all. Let's say there is a HR team, okay, or front office people, receptionist and all. They made some transaction. Now the transaction is invalid. Can they directly go and change those details? They're not permitted. They need to raise a request to the finance team, and finance team does the particular task. See, understand this. Finance team might have 100 users. So all of them, they won't give permission to, I mean, one by one. They directly create a group of finance team and give permissions to them. Whoever is a part of that group will have the permissions to edit it. It depends upon the role they are working, right? So same thing works over here also. We create groups to provide permissions to the groups. Okay. Now I made Aniket to be a part of DevOps group. So since his primary group is DevOps, whatever permissions that are available for DevOps will be inherited to Aniket also. Right? Understood? Fine. So what if I want to add as a additional group? I don't want to move from my primary group. Right? I don't want to move from my primary group, but I want to add additional supplementary groups. Then how do we do that? The same command, instead of -g, I need to use capital G. Let me change. We have another user by name Kumar. Now I am changing Kumar into this particular DevOps. ID Kumar. See here, ID of Kumar is 1001. Kumar's primary group is Kumar only. Now Kumar is a part of both Kumar group and DevOps group. Understood? So whatever permissions that over here for the files, whatever permissions that we give, let's say over here, okay. Now Aniket is a part of Kumar, DevOps group directly, right? Let me log in as Aniket. Did I specify any password for Aniket? Exit. Switch user. Aniket. Password. So I created a group for password for Aniket. Switch user to Aniket. Okay. ls. Right now I am in some other home directory, right? cd space /home. Okay. Or else let me go to temporary directory /tmp. So whatever files that are there in temporary directory will be having access by all users, right? So let me create some file up in here. Touch. Okay. Today I'm going to use new command which is echo. Instead of touch, I'm trying to use a new command which is echo. What echo does is, so whatever information that I provide with echo in double quotes, that would be displayed in the output. It will not do anything beyond that. Echo. Hello, everyone. So it is displayed in the output. The same information I can redirect into some file also. The same command echo. Echo. Hello, everyone. So I can use an operator which is greater than operator to redirect this content into a new file or already existing file. Okay, let's say I'm creating a new file by name file1. file. Okay, file 10. Let it be file 10. So remember one thing, I have two options. One is single greater than or double greater than. Both I can use it. If I use single greater than, the data inside file 10 will be erased and this data will be added over there. If I use double greater than, all the data inside file 10 will be there. At the end of the file, this content will be added. That was the use with greater than and double greater than. Okay. Now I have edited this. Ls, I have got the file 10 over here. Cat file 10. Hello everyone, is there? LL. Okay, LL is not working. LS hyphen L. So what are the permissions are there? See here, read and write. Read permission for DevOps and read permission for others. DevOps, what are the permissions? Anyone inside this group. Okay, let me remove the, for others, let me remove all the permissions. So chmod others, others minus read to file 10. ls hyphen l. See, others will not have access to open that particular file. Okay. And for people who are in DevOps group, we'll have read permissions. Clear? Exit. Sudo su. I'm going to root user. User add. Good name. Nusrat. NUSRAT. I'm creating a username by name Nusrat. PASSWD. Yes. So I created a password. Let me switch to Nusrat. Okay. Okay, I'm in my home directory, right? Okay. So exit out of the root. Which user to cd space / temporary ls. I have got the file 10. Now Nusrat belongs to others category. ID of Nusrat. See, Nusrat user ID is 1003. She is a part of Nusrat group and only Nusrat group. So for this file, if I consider this file 10, ls hyphen s, ls hyphen l. Okay. This is having permission, read and write permission for Aniket, he is the owner. For DevOps, people inside DevOps group has got read permission and others no permission. So let me right now, I have been logged in as Nusrat. Let me see what is the content inside that particular file 10. Permission because no permissions are there for others. Let's see the same thing with people inside the DevOps group. Okay, switch user to Kumar. Kumar is a different user. He is a part of DevOps group. Cat cd / temp ls cat file 10 is able to read it. Can he write it? See here, it is showing read over. Clear? Now do you understand how the permissions are inherited and how we give permissions to the files? Clear? So this is how we do the things. So in today's class, we have learned about permissions, how to assign permissions, how to change permissions, using a numerical representation or individual permissions, how to give individual permissions, how to create users, how to set password to the users, how to create groups, how to add users to groups. And we also check how the permissions are being applicable. Understood? Any doubts? Will you be able to practice? Fine then. People online, do you have any doubts? Prem Kumar and Abhi? Have you got any doubts up in here? You can unmute yourself and speak out.
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Your voice is breaking. Okay then. With this, we end the session up in here. Okay. Fine. Okay. We'll meet you in the next class on Monday. Thank you very much. Have a great day.